All right, all right. The Gumbo Tapado show now, live on 11 podcast. Cast it over to you wherever you are from. Hey, the Maroons building on St. Charles Avenue, 2208 St. Charles Avenue on a Saturday morning, nice, cool, and chilly. Yes. Oh boy, we have a lot to talk to about today. What's been going on with these elections? They're trying to get rid of all our people, man. Elected official, man. Troy Carter. Yeah. From the West Bank to Baton Rouge. No representation if we lose Troy Carter. Troy Carter. Yes. And then we have Cleo Fields from Baton Rouge to Shreveport. Yeah, they're trying to take his seat also. Yeah, man. And you wouldn't believe what they're trying to do to Calvin. Calvin just won a seat a couple of weeks ago with excessive votes. He won that seat nice, clear, and strong. Yeah. And they're trying to erase that seat before he get in office. He got Soreen when uh, last week had Calvin Duncan, clerk of criminal court, New Orleans, Louisiana. Calvin Duncan. So the man is sworn in now. He is the clerk of court. And they're trying to get rid of him. They're trying to throw the seat away. That's three seats. One, two, three. The clerk of court is a state seat. The clerk of court, which is the other one? Oh, this senator from West Bank to Baton Rouge. That's another seat. And Mr. Cleo Fields, the congressman from Baton Rouge to Shreveport. That's three very important votes that's going to be taken away by Mr. Landry. Boy. The governor going to write them off. But hopefully it won't be like that. I'm understanding that there's a movement getting together. It's called Steal the Vote. Steal the vote. They're stealing the vote. And they're getting together to do some protests and stuff like that. And let them know that we have people watching out there, people working on it, making sure that they don't get away with this. This is not the first time that it's been done. We have a governor in Louisiana many years ago. I don't know my history that well, so I don't know the year and stuff. I think his name was Pinchback. And they threw him out. Back in those days, it was a clang up front. You know those guys with the white suits? Those stars in that movie that was shown in the White House of the KKK taking over the governorship of Louisiana. Yeah, they did it. They're trying to do it again. They're trying to do it again. And if we don't wake up, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Yes, sirree. But I have a few people call me called me the last couple of days, and I talked to a couple too. Uh, that said, definitely we need to start up a movement, call it the Steal the Vote. They want to steal the vote. They want to steal the vote. We're not going to let that happen. We are not going to let that happen. Man, your governor's something else. I can't believe they did stuff like that. But they've been doing it. They've been doing it. And we've just been sitting around. We've been sitting around except on Saturdays and Sundays. We've been second lining. While they are working on taking over this whole system. It's supposed to be a Democratic Party and a Republican Party. And then there is a so-called Progressive Party. They don't do too much. But when they stand up, they can make some noise too. Those are the liberals, the ultra-liberals. And thank God, most of the times they are with us. Because they don't be trying to erase the votes. They don't be trying to stop you from voting on voting days. And that's very important because it takes one vote to get a key seat. You see, like that Supreme Court. Supreme Court we have up now is 6-3. 6 Republicans, yeah, and 3 Democrats, yeah. 6 Republicans, man. They control the vote. And if we allow them to just get away with it, they'll control the whole thing. Because we can't get no more than 3 votes. Yes, indeed. The Gumbo Tapado show, live and in living color, coming to you from New Orleans. Hey, coming to you from Choppy Tulas and Napoleon Avenue. The entrance to the port. Yeah, coming to you from New Orleans East. Culver and I-10, C-O-V-E, Culver and I-10. Telling the message, correcting the message, taking back the story that you've been taught, that education that you've been given that's been given to you, full of holes. Full of holes. Columbus discovered America. Yes. There is no America to be discovered. Or there was no America to be discovered. But that's what you've been told for the last 400 and some years. They was the first ones here. They were the first one on this continent that is not America. This continent is stolen land from the indigenous people that was here, been here for as long as you could tell. On the so-called Mexico, the Aztecas, on the American, Comanches, Sioux, on the America. There I go, messing up the deal. Yeah, yeah. They have that stuff so ingrained in our minds, you know. From you start in school, they just feed that stuff to you. They feed it. You're just a little boy, 4 or 5, a little girl, 4 or 5 years old, you know, getting indoctrinated, indoctrinated. And of course you're going to believe that stuff. But that's not the truth. That's the truth as they have told them. So they could keep you believing that they are the superior race. We are the superior race. They want to have it in so-called slavery. Man, there's no such thing as slavery. There's no way in the world a human being is supposed to own another human being. But they got you believing that. They got you believing that through the church, through the schools, and through the government. That's why we need to take another look at the education system, especially the elementary, when the kids first get in there and first begin to hear these discussions that have been passed on over and over and over from way, way, way back there. Yeah. Our mothers, our grandmothers, our grandfathers, our great, 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 great grandfathers, etc., etc., etc. You could go as far back as you want them. They've been telling you the same thing. Same thing they have told the originals. Yeah, the originals people of this continent. This continent was not America. And it should never be. And we should think about changing that. All right, the Gumbo Tapado show live. Live, baby. Live on 11 Radio Color, like a brand new baby, kicking and crying and want the bottle, because I got things to do. Brand new baby. At 504-610-7305. Give us a holler when you get a chance. And we want you to ask your questions. We want to talk about everything that's happening to this community, which my good friend calls the village. We are part of a village, and we have to act like a village. One for all and all for one. Yeah, we got to deal with these issues that they're throwing on us, to take back power that we have gained over the years. Very little, not enough, not complete, because we want to have total freedom. I say dignity, dignity, dignity. The dignity of a people can only be gained if you get the dignity of everyone in the village. You could kind of have it made there, the somewhat middle class or something, and have all the good things going on, good job, good car, good schools for your kids, but the group does not have the dignity. We, as a black community, does not have the dignity because we have been left out too far behind. Yeah. Like my boy used to say, They got to be big Negroes. Yeah, Paul, my good fellow Paul, my good friend Paul. Rest in peace, Paul. Anyway, big Negroes got it made, and sort of forget about the rest of the village. And it shouldn't be like that. But I'm not going to dwell on that very much because we all know the truth behind that, and we all need to act on it. Maybe if we as the village do a little more for ourselves, we could get the assistance. We could get more assistance from the big Negroes. The big Negroes on the lakefront. The big Negroes in the 7th Ward. Because that is needed very much. We need to get the church involved. Yeah, because they are not. Every once in a while, you see them come up when a big action takes place. But they need to be up front all the time. Our favorite pastors. Yes. And I'm going to be calling out names, but not at the moment, because they know who it is we're talking about. When I do it, it's going to be right. It's going to be right. And maybe we'll debate a little bit. One of the main things that I like us to debate about is why there isn't a sermon dealing with economic development in the church. Economic development, because that's the key. That's the key, understanding how the money works. That's the key that keeps all of the other minorities, and I'm not going to say all, but most of the other minorities sort of ahead of us. They own all the wake shops. They own all the lunch restaurants, midday, when it's time for lunch. All those Vietnamese, Filipinos, Chinese, Indian, Asian, and Asians. Feeding the masses, baby. Feeding the masses and collecting that moolah. Yeah, they're collecting that moolah. And don't spend any bit of it with us. Yeah. They also have the beauty shops. Beauty shops all over the place. Owned by Koreans. I'm going to say now, lately here, I've been seeing a couple of beauty shops that have the appearance that they're owned by people of color. Well, let me be more specific. That they're owned by black Africans born in the United States of America. I did not say African Americans. People of African descent with the thick and woolly Daniel tenfold, as is explained. They are a few owners of some of these new beauty shops I see coming out here, which is a good thing. Yeah. Then the Indians. Now I'm talking about the Indians from India. Indians from India. not the so-called Native Americans, because there's no such thing as a Native American. The Indians from India, I was born in India before they gave this place named America, American Indian. There's no such thing. Yeah, there is no such thing as an American Indian. Yeah. If you're an Indian, you're from somewhere on the other side of the lake, somewhere on the other side of the waters, somewhere on a different continent. I'm talking about the Indians, the Mayas, the Aztecas. Yes, indeed. Gumbo Tapado show live on the Living Radio Color, coming to you, trying to correct the narrative. Angola bound. When I think about Angola, like it just crossed my mind, I gotta just shake my head and think how we have allowed Angola to just exist to lock up our people. The biggest concentration camp, I'm gonna call it. The biggest concentration camp in the country. There's nothing bigger than Angola. Acres and acres and acres of land. And it served one purpose. Keep our folks incarcerated. Well, you know, you have those who say, well, it needs to be here and there. It shouldn't be there. Yeah. It's true. But the system makes you do certain things. You're not going to blame everything on the system. And you're not going to blame it on the parents either. The parents need to go, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man. Go ahead. The parents could do just so much. Just so much. Because the kids, if you have strong-willed kids, they're going to do what they have to do. Especially when they see don't know future. They're not good basketball players. Out. Not good football players. Out. And so on and so on. You got to depend now on a little short time job. You can't just run out there and open up a grocery store. You don't have the resources to do that. And if you have the resources to do it, you'll probably be buying you a big car. Yeah, baby. We need to stop and confront these situations with positive thoughts. The whole scenario is based on businesses. Anything you deal with in this world. I had this discussion with a son of mine, and he got very angry with me because, you know, he's a very, very strong Christian guy. Yeah. And I'm trying to tell him, you know, religion, government, and business, they're exactly the same thing. They all need a group of people that follow them, and they create sort of a cult situation. But do they actually do some things to liberate us? Every once in a while, you have a Martin Luther King comes up there, or Malcolm X to come up there. And there is just a few of those because they're short-handed. And you have the rest of the folks that follow us who kind of jump on the wagon, but they're not real leaders. They're not the real people who we need to save our generation. Because that's what it is about. It's about the generations and generations and generations of folks who born and raised in this land of the free. Land of the free, yes, indeed. Home of the brave. Home of the brave. Well, if you're so brave, why you wear a mask when you're beating up on people? Talk about that sometimes. Yes, it is the Gumbo Tapado show coming to you live on the Living Radio. Living podcast. Podcast color. Pods are being sent out in the airwaves to you by way of the Gumbo Tapado show live and in living color. It's Jazz Fest right now. You enjoying Jazz Fest? Yeah. Let me hear you scream. Are you enjoying the Jazz Fest? Yes. Wow. The biggest festival in the area. There's nothing bigger than Jazz Fest. In New Orleans and in the whole region, there is nothing bigger than Jazz Fest. But that's not enough. Jazz Fest is only one thing that kind of worked for us because there are a lot of economics and we're not getting the best of it. Even though Jazz Fest is represented mostly by black entertainers, New Orleans entertainers, and they be doing a good show. They'll be doing a good show. Yeah. The Neville brothers are always there. What's that lady name? Irma Thomas. Irma Thomas, she should be the queen of the Jazz Fest. Yeah. You know, the Jazz Fest, yeah. Yeah, she made that hit. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. You remember that young man? No, you don't.
If I hear it, I probably don't.
Yeah, you better know it because they played quite often. Make a note on that. Man. And check it out. Time is on my side. Time is on my side. Right. And that particular song, a couple of years later, after she recorded it, the not the Beatles, what the other group is? The rock group. Mickey Jagger. Mickey Jagger, yeah.
Nirvana?
Huh?
Nirvana?
No, not Nirvana.
Not Nirvana?
Not Nirvana. That's a long way.
That's probably the only one I know.
You're a youngster, huh? Rolling Stones.
Oh, Rolling Stone.
The Rolling Stones.
All
Yeah.
right, yeah, I know them.
The
All right.
Rolling Stones.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah. They went on and re-recorded it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And that was a song that really made them.
Mm.
Time is on my side. Matter of fact, a few years back, you know, the first time the Rolling Stones came to New Orleans,
Oh
they
yeah.
brought them into New Orleans. Yeah, they had him play with Irma Thomas.
All right.
You know, they did the time is on my side together.
That's all right.
Yeah, that's right.
Damn.
Yeah, Mickey Jagger.
Uh-huh.
I call him no dancing, Mickey. No dancing. You know, he would get up in front of the mic, you know,
Uh-huh.
and you know how they sing. They stand up by the mic and don't move.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
la 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 la. He was doing a gig somewhere. I don't remember. I don't know. I don't even know where it was at.
Like
Yeah.
part of the Jackson Square song.
No, not in New Orleans.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, you know, national. They're not. They're from England. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and they was going to play behind the Rolling Stones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry, man. The Rolling Stones was going to play behind. I feel good.
Oh, James.
James Brown.
Oh.
Yeah, man. They were scheduled to play behind James Brown, man. You know, and James Brown was doing his thing, man. You know,
Yeah.
flipping and stuff and sliding, throwing the mic
It's
back
so
and
crazy.
forth.
I just was watching one of his videos this morning.
Yeah.
I really was.
And let me tell you what happened, man. You know, Mickey Jagger was sitting there watching that, man.
Mm-hmm.
This Negro here doing flips and stuff while singing and throwing the mic and all that, man. And he didn't want to go on. And
I wouldn't either. That's what I was saying this morning. I was like, man, what
they
is
told
this
him
energy?
you got to go, man. You got to go on the show. You got to go. You got to go.
Yeah,
So he came out and got on. And guess what he did?
he did.
He started dancing.
Man.
You ever seen Mickey Jagger dancing?
Uh-uh.
Huh?
Uh-uh.
Google it. Google it, bro.
Oh. I'm gonna have to Google that. Cause no, you know that's that song. That's that song. That song. I got to move like Jagger.
I guess so. I don't know.
Yeah, they got a song like that.
I got to move like Jagger.
Yeah, move like
Yeah.
Jagger.
And that's what really made him to.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. Boy, them, his people, you know, the white girls, man,
Mm-hmm.
saw Mickey, who never moved, just stood up at the mic, frozen, man. You're like, it just took him out of a good working freezer.
Good working one, huh?
Yeah. A good working freezer, man. And
Right.
he was jumping and going all over the place,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
You
you
know.
gonna have to do something coming on there
And,
for change.
and that was the last time he did a gig that he didn't sing
Oh,
and
yeah.
dance. Oh yeah, he flips all over the place.
Yeah, James taught him
Mickey.
something, huh?
Yeah, boy, it's an old story, bro.
Man, yeah, you gonna make me go home and do some research.
Yeah, you research that Mickey Jagger. He living podcast coming to you, sending you positive pods, because we want you to know the truth. We want you to gain dignity in the community. We want to gain dignity in the community. We lacking dignity. We lacking dignity. And as I always say, you know, dignity for our people has to come to everybody at once. You can't say that such and such a group got dignity when a certain portion of the people are being used and abused in many, many different ways. Even though there are some who does really good, does real well, and get along well. But once they know who you are, especially as African Americans, or even as indigenous people, you know, they come down real hard on you. Yeah. So the dignity has to be for all that particular group as a people. I remember reading this article on black multi-billionaire. Yeah, black multi-billionaire. I have some information on him, and in the near future I'll be telling you more about him. But he was at a hotel where he had pre-registered. He registered, and went on up in there to the registration desk, and the clerk looked at him as like something was wrong. So he had to do quite a bit of explaining, da 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 da, and they didn't want to take him in. Well, they end up calling the police. They end up calling the police because he was a black man, out of his whatever. So when the police eventually came and they straightened it out and stuff like that. But the point I'm getting at is, okay, that the only issue there was that he was a black man. He was a black man, a black multi-billionaire. So the dignity, we don't have it. The dignity is only correct when anyone of the particular group that you belongs to could go anywhere, anytime, and don't be checked out or don't be tabbed, don't be mistaken for something else. You go there as a black man, treat you as a black man, and that's it. But hey, but anyway, that's what dignity means. Everybody in the community has to be. If it's an indigenous person, he had to be. Everybody in the community has to be respected. Other than that, as a group, we don't have dignity. That's why I kind of beat on that, because most of us, we feel good if that kind of thing happened to us and we are treated well, we feel good. But underneath, they might have know who you were, they might have recognized you, and everything comes out all right. But if they don't know who you are, you're just a stranger walking up there talking about, I have a booking here for room 545. Mm-hmm. Oh, who are you? That kind of thing. And end up having to call the po-po. So you better don't go there talking about po-po. Yes, the Gumbo Tapado show. Live and living podcast colors. I want to extend some invitations to guests in general. We want to have a show that's comparable for everybody. That's what the Gumbo Tapado show going to be. You can call 504-610-7305. 504-610-7305. Anytime. And if we don't answer the phone, we'll get back to you. Get back to you within 24 hours. And try to find a way to fit you in the Gumbo Tapado show. No, I need you to have your topic ready. We need to talk about creative stuff. We need to talk about maybe one of my favorite subjects, One of my favorite subjects is dealing on the issues of the social treatment of woman. Now I say woman, I'm talking of woman in general, not only black woman, I'm talking about women in general because she's been marginalized all through history. And I'll talk about that at a later date. But those are the kind of topics that we're interested in. You want to deal with some social stuff, what's going on in the community. Like, for instance, there is a big thing going on with the elections right now that they're trying to cancel some of the seats that are won or look like they're going to be won by the black community. They're trying to cancel those out. They already did the coroner. Yeah, I'm sorry, not the coroner, the clerk. The clerk of criminal court. The clerk of criminal court. Really, it no longer exists. Guy just got elected and sworn in during the week. He'll take the seat sometime in a couple of months or so, you know. But by the time he get there, the seat won't exist, you know. So that's something we need to deal with. Talking about Calvin Duncan, you know. And man, we need to do something about, oh, my girl, yes. The sheriff who was voted out of office because of some issues that really very complex issues. You know, she got charged. The sheriff got charged for people in jail breaking out of jail. She got charged, and that's a long story there. But I have a couple of people, well, more than a couple, really, old folks that I've been dealing with over the years. You know, while I was more active in the movement, as I don't find myself to be very active now because time is no moving on. Time is moving on. I saw that little boy coming there running, in a hurry, man. And I looked at him, you know, and said, "You go ahead on and run where you're going at." But that's where I'm coming from. I can't run no more. he looked at that old man talking to him, and he just kept going. What is he talking about? You're going into this world, baby. You're going to and find out what's true, you know, what's a lie. You know, you're going to find out how these folks are, you know, and I hope you get it right. And he just looked at me. He kept going, but you know, you're looking at an 83-year-old man. 83-year-old man. Would you believe that? I didn't have time to tell him all that, but I just, can I say I feel for him? Yeah. As long as he does a little better than me, you know, I'm fine with it. Yeah. But hope we get it right. Hope we get it right. The Gumbo Tapado show, the schools issues. You have any issues dealing with the schools? Call us up. Call the Gumbo Tapado show. Now make sure you call with something serious now. Make sure you call with something that's happening that needs to be corrected. And you don't have to be right. You just have to be willing to stand up. Willing to stand up. Because we're not going to talk bad about you. You know, not at all. We're just going to try to clear the matter out. You know, if you're right, you're right. If you're not right, hey, let it be. But you got your wording. Yeah, got your wording. Yeah, we want to talk about. Yeah, this is a topic that I love. We want to talk about white on white crime. Boing. What do you say? Yeah, that's what I said. White on white crime. Yeah, you're not gonna hear that on NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox TV. White on white crime. They need to tell us. They need to tell you when white folks are being killed by white folks, and call it just what it is: white on white crime. But see, if it's the black folks, man, they have you all over the TV, upside down. The first thing come out there, man, your worst photograph. Yep. They must be got those cameras fixed like that, yeah?
Oh no, they gotta have them fixed like that.
Yeah, man. You know, I mean, some of them pictures, they were, wow. You know, I mean, I see people I'm raised up around all those people, and I see some pictures, man. They can't be real. Yeah. They can't be real. But black on black crime in the Tremay area, 11:30 Saturday night, da 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 da, and they carry on and on and on and on. And now they have it so where even our elected officials are getting caught up in that. Like our sheriff, our criminal sheriff, you know, got caught up in that. It's going to court. But I got this group of people who have called me, and I didn't try to tell them, but I told them that I'm semi-retired now, man. I've been out there since the 60s, man. I remember the first march that I did. Well, not really that I did. I was there because my older son, yeah, he was 6, 7, 8 years old. It was school, you know. Right. And they had a march coming from uptown. The marches from uptown normally came from the park at Washington and LaSalle. Oh, all right. Washington and LaSalle, yeah. Yeah. And they was marching to pay honor to a statue in front of City Hall. Statue for John Mack.
John Mack.
Yeah. Do you know who John Mack is?
I've been to his school a few times.
All right. That's John Mack. Which one you went to?
The one downtown.
The one downtown. He got schools all over the place. He had schools. I don't know if they all still have the name.
I forgot what street it is. You know what taste.
What's the name? What's the name of the school?
John Mack.
Oh, John Mack. Yeah, that's the one there on Higgins, eh?
Downtown.
Yeah.
No, that can't be Higgins. I've never heard of a street named Higgins downtown.
John Mack. I know all those schools, but I can't remember.
I forgot the name. I think that's Ursuline. I want to say. I always get them two streets mixed up, Esplanade and Ursuline.
Oh, the one Ursuline and Galvez?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. My daughter went to.
Yeah, you know they closed it down now. It's named something else now.
Yeah, that's what I heard. A lot of them schools being closed down.
Oh yeah, they ain't got they got me feeling old now. They ain't got no schools really. Like the school I went to, they closed it down and named it something else. Ain't really got. I was like, dang. That's what people be talking about. They be like, oh, they want that when I was growing up. Now I'll be saying that. I'll be like, well, that was never that when I was growing up. I'll be like,
John Mack, Ursuline, and is that Galvez or North Mirror? That's Galvez.
Yeah, I think that is Galvez.
Yeah, Galvez, because Galvez goes downtown. North Mirror comes uptown.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Yo, John Mack. Yeah. Wait now. Yeah, that's John Mack. I get John Mack and 35 mixed up.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah?
Yeah, they moved 35 too. They moved
That's the full time they moved in.
I know they did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
They were around there by the post office.
Yep.
Back in the days.
Yep.
35, boy. 35 was popular, boy.
Yeah.
35, John Mack, and
Mm-hmm.
Cohen,
Mm-hmm.
and the one on there, the one on Higgins and Alva,
Oh yeah.
Desire Project. What's the name of that school?
Higgins and Alva.
Yeah, in the Ninth Ward.
To my Carver.
Carver.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Those was the famous
Yeah.
black schools back in the day, man.
Yeah, my little brother go to Carver.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played for the football team.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, he be chilling.
Carver,
Yeah.
but of the public schools,
Mm-hmm.
like those four schools, Carver, John Mack, Booker T,
Mm-hmm.
and what's the other one?
John Mack, Booker T.
What was the most famous school?
Oh,
School
35.
35,
Yeah,
yeah. But 35 down there by the lake now.
yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
and they had just moved it, a few years back. They moved back then.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? The Seventh Ward.
Yeah, it was in the
The
7-1.
Seventh Ward. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my,
On Esplanade.
my
Like in the behind Esplanade.
between Esplanade and Saint Bernard
Mm-hmm.
and
Yep.
and Treme.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
my granddaughter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's her school, boy. She's proud of her school. Hey, Lorraine, I'm talking about you, baby. I'm talking about you. She's proud of her 35, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my niece go there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I beat 35 when I was going to school though. We beat them in football game.
Oh, you beat them in football game.
Yeah, me and my other teammates, yeah, we beat them.
Yeah, 35 was bad, bro.
Yeah, they had a good team. That's why I couldn't lose. I like, why not lose? Well, I never, I'm telling everybody, I'm like, yeah, this 35, we gotta play, y'all. We can't lose. We can't let them take us down like everybody else. Come on, we coming home with that W. So, we was in Saints training camp. That was the Saints training camp. We were playing for the champs. Yeah, but we beat them. And guess who we lost to?
Who?
Drew.
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 D-R-E-U-X?
No,
D-R-U-E-X, I think.
No, D-R-E-W, Drew.
Oh, Drew. I never heard of Drew.
Oh, thought you might have did.
Where is it located?
On St. Claude.
St. Claude, right past St. Bernard?
Yeah,
They-
way
they got-
past St. Bernard.
Way past?
Yeah, 91
Oh, all the way across the canal or on the side?
on this side.
Well, the only other school down there that I know of is the one right at Desire, right past Desire.
Mm.
A big school.
Dang, I don't know. But it got two schools right there, so you might be talking about that other one across the street.
Two schools across the street from each other on St. Claude.
Mm-hmm.
Right before you get to the canal, right?
Yep.
They got that traffic light there.
Yeah, I do.
Mm-hmm.
They got that fast tax right there too.
That who?
Fast tax. On St.
Fast
Claude.
tax.
Mm-hmm.
They got that hospital there. Well, they used to.
Yeah, it's like around that area.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't think of what other school you're talking about.
Yeah, it's around that area though. Mm-hmm. You gonna see it one day.
Oh, I see it all the time. In that area, I know that school. I never really did,
Never just paid attention
yeah,
to it.
never did pay attention.
Yeah. I think it is kind of new. Not new, but like.
Because that school, I mistakenly always thought that was a school that Bridges, Ruby Bridges, the young lady that integrated the schools.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you heard of Ruby Bridges.
No.
Yeah, they got the Ruby Bridges movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you got to Google that, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out.
She was the first black person that went to a particular school. I can't think of the name of the school she went to. But I used to think that the one we talking about on St. Claude was the one that she
Oh.
done. She was living in Florida.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, she had to be because
Mm-hmm.
they had to be in that area to go to that school.
Right.
But she was going to the school on Galvez.
Mm-hmm.
Galvez and was that Forstall? One of those other streets down there. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know what school you talking about. Yeah, that school not right there no more either.
Yes, it's there.
It is right there still?
Yeah.
Oh dang, I don't know what street you talking about.
I think it still is the last time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think no, I don't know. I don't know what school you talking about. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But they ain't got many schools.
Yeah, we don't got many schools down here.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody go to the same schools.
Booker T. Washington.
Yeah, yeah, I know that one's still going.
Everybody knew that one, man.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That was the first school I learned to when I came to New Orleans.
Oh, that was your first school?
Yeah, Booker T. Washington. Booker T. Washington. That's Booker T. Washington. And of course, 35.
Mm-hmm.
That was good.
Yep.
And of course, St. Aug.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
St. Aug.
Yeah, they just lost. They got beat so bad.
Oh, football game?
Yeah, I had made a promo video for them and everything.
Ah.
Yeah, somebody had paid me to make a promo video for them. It was good too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best video they had. Yeah, they lost. I think they lost to oh no, they lost to Carl. I'm tripping. That's who beat Carl. I think Carl beat them.
And that call?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Carl beat them.
That song, Groove City. You remember that? Are you too young for that?
No, I don't know that one.
You don't know that one. How young are you, man? That's all right. Groove City. Groove City.
All right.
Yeah, well, I said, there is a place, da-da-dee-da-da-da-da, Groove City.
Who sang that one?
Huh?
Who sang that one?
Call School Band.
All right, now see.
I'm going to correct myself. Hold on. I'm going to correct myself. I just said Carver School Band.
You mean?
But it's a band that came out of Carver.
Mm-hmm.
Gumbo Tapado show live on 11 Color. Getting out of here on the potty pad. See you all again on Saturday morning.